Hi, welcome to Handler's Academy. Today we're going to talk about the basic herding cues. Now we're going to talk about verbal cues, but eventually as you get more advanced you will move your dog to whistle cues, which would replace some of the verbal cues. The main cues are the flanks, which tell your dog to move around the stock. Now flanks basically tell your dog to flank in a circular pattern around the stock. Come by or away to me. So that's one of the main ones. Then of course the stop. I use there, but some people use a lie down, and that just stops your dog, and they should wait until you give them another cue before they move on. The next major cue is your in. Now in means that the dog is to walk directly into the stock, and the stock should move off as a group. Now what you don't want is for your dog to walk in and take just part of the stock. So in other words, your dog moves and they come in where you ask them to, but they just take part of the stock and leave the rest of it behind. So when you do an in or ask your dog in, you want them to take the whole flock or the whole herd and not just the ones directly ahead of them. Another major cue is the out. Now as your dog's flanking, let's say they're too close, so they're pushing the sheep away and they're on this line, and you tell your dog out. Now what you want your dog to do is to open up and continue flanking, but on a bigger, wider circle. So where they were flanking on this circle before, now they're going to continue on this circle. Another major cue that I like to use is easy and hurry. Dogs tend to either be a little sticky and need to hurry up, or they're pushy and they need to slow down. So for me, the criteria I use is that easy means slow down one gait. So if you're cantering, then I need you to trot, and if you're trotting, I need you to walk. And if I say hurry, I want you to speed up one gait. So that means if you're trotting, speed up to a canter. If you're cantering, start to gallop. And that makes it very clear to you and the dog what the criteria is and when they're correct. And the other cue that I use and is traditionally used is that'll do. That'll do just means we're done. We're going to leave the stock. We're done working for today. So those are the main cues that we use in herding. Eventually you move some of them to whistle cues, but some will stay as verbal cues, especially in closer work where you're penning or shedding. A lot of times you want to use your verbal cues even if you have whistle cues on your dog. So that's a quick look at the cues. There's other cues I use, such as back. If the dog's trying to pen and they're a little too close and they back directly away from the stock without breaking contact, they just move backwards. And also when they're flanking, if they're out here and they're too far out and I need them closer, then I can use close, and that brings them in so they continue flanking but closer to the stock. So that's it. So if you found this interesting and educational, please spread the herd and tell your friends. We'll talk to you next time.